Hey, it's Cobra here at MaddenGuides.com, and for this Madden 22 defensive tips video breakdown, I want to take a look at post-patch manual pass rush breakdown. And what this one obviously is going to be about is showing you if the manual pass rush still works after the post-patch. And I can tell you right off the bat, it still works. Nothing's changed as far as bringing pressure on the quarterback manually with a defensive end or even a linebacker for that matter. All right, so let's go ahead and get right on into it. I'll go ahead and show you the formation and the play that we're going to do this with. As far as on the defensive side of the ball, we're going to come out in a nickel normal. We're using the Cleveland Browns playbook and the Cleveland Browns as the defense. And as far as the defense that I want to run this with is going to be the nickel normal cover 2 man, which is pretty much the base defense or the standard defense that pretty much everybody runs. So we're going to run that one from the defensive side of the ball. On the offensive side of the ball, we're going to use the Steelers playbook. Obviously, we're going to use the Steelers. The formation we're going to use is the gun spread Y slot flex weak, the gun spread Y slot weak is the formation that we're going to use. And the play that we're going to call is called dagger. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you guys are following along, I would just go ahead and suggest using these plays. That way you know for sure what's going on here. And then you guys can move on to some other plays as well. All right, for this setup, I'm going to go ahead and use Myles Garrett here from the Browns. And just remember, they've got 2 studs on there. They also got Clowney over there as you look at your screen there. But I'm going to go ahead and use Garrett because I want to show something with him later in the video breakdown as an extra added bonus to this video. It's something I have not previously shown before when manually pass rushing. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put him in the hard flat. I think most of you guys have watched the video know that. And you're just going to slide him in. A lot of times in the nickel normal, what you're going to want to make sure is that you have him lined up somewhere in this area there where he's lined up between the left guard and the left tackle. And that way it makes him a little bit more effective as far as rushing the quarterback. So I just want to point that out to you with this particular formation. All right, so we've got him. Now, if you look at it, we've got him in the hard flat. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and snap this, and then we're just going to go ahead and show you how to get pressure with him pretty consistently. You've seen this before. Now, I did not tap any buttons or anything like that with this. I just went ahead and went around the quarterback, or around the left guard after the quarterback. Now, what I want to do is I want to bring back the clock here that I've shown me previously in some of the other breakdowns I've done, and I want to show you really how fast he gets to the quarterback. And I can tell you it's going to be anywhere between 3.3 and 3.5 seconds most of the time. For the most part, you should be able to get into that fairly quickly, which is pretty standard with this particular formation when you do this. So let's go ahead and just run this, and then we'll see what happens with him as far as him getting the pressure on the quarterback there. All right, so about 3.5, right around 3.5. Maybe I was a little bit a hair off as far as with the hitting the thing, but you can see on your screen there, it's at 3.5, almost 3.6. All right. Let's go back in here again and go ahead and clear that, and let's get back onto the playing field here. This time, what I want to do is the same setup. This time, I'm going to pop down on that A button and start hitting that as I go around, which is what I showed in the video. Now, I want to show you something about this A button or the X button if you're playing on the PS5, because what they've done is, I don't know if they've necessarily taken away the turbo boost as far as getting that extra thing, but what they've done is when you start tapping down on that A button, he runs at a straight line. You can't control him. You can't make him go left or right. He literally just goes right after the, wherever direction he's going, that's where he's going to go. So I want to show that here as I go through this. See right there, I still got to the quarterback, but did I get there any faster? I don't think so. So I don't think it's really in the game for say. I mean, if you guys got a comment on that, I'd like to hear it from you guys, because in my opinion, I don't really think it's in the game. But let's go ahead and do it here. So 3.5, same thing basically, without hitting the A button versus the other thing I just hit. So it really didn't make any difference, and that could be just maybe I'm a little bit slower hitting that button as far as hitting the clock. But as you can see, it's really not much of a difference in time. There's 3.5 as you can see on your screen right there. So not really much difference there as far as that is concerned. So is it in the game? Probably. I don't think so. So I don't know if it's worth hitting the A button. You can, but I will show you something you guys can do that's going to allow you guys to get a little bit, I wouldn't say faster, but it's going to add another little element to, this is the extra tip that I want to talk to you guys about, that's going to add another tip or another element to the pass rush here that you can cause some havoc, especially with Garrett. And I'm not saying this works without some of the other defensive pass rushers in the game, but it really works with Garrett. And this is what I want to show you here. And I think some of you guys might already know this. I'm going to go ahead and minimize this so we don't see this for now. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I'll show you what it is once we get there. Once we get the effect to happen here. So you're going to come after that quarterback, and then you're going to just solve that right there. Now, if you look at Garrett and you look at his abilities, what he has, let's see if we can, he has what they call a strip, it's a strip con artist ability or whatever it is. He can literally strip the quarterback. When you get to the quarterback, start hitting that RB button. If you're playing on the PS5, start hitting that R1 button right before you get to the quarterback. And I think something else you'll see when we go in here, let's go ahead and go back out here again, go back in instant replay again. If you watch, I'm going to go ahead and run bring that clock back up here. We'll see how fast we get to the quarterback, and then we'll also look at with the strip artist where he's able to strip that quarterback and get that ball. And to me, that's really effective because it gives you an opportunity. It's just as good as an interception and not better because you get the turnover, and you really don't have to do a whole lot as far as you're manually pass rushing, but you don't have to get the defender in position to intercept the ball. Here, you're just trying to strip the ball, and because he has that ability, and there's other players in the game you can do this with. You may not get as consistent, but with Garrett, you get a lot. You're going to get this a lot if you take control of him and do this. So let's go ahead and see how fast we get to the quarterback here first. And right there, we got there at let's take a look at this. So we got there at 3.3. Now, if I rewind this just a smidget here, I want to rewind it just a little bit here. And I want to go ahead and focus in on, it's about right here while I'm in control of him. So what I'm doing at this point is, this is about the time I start popping on that RB button. So right now I start hitting this RB button right about in this area here. And then I get that little extra boost. You'll see it when you guys do this. You'll get that little extra boost. It's like a guy run, 100-yard dash. At that last 10 yards or 5 yards right before he gets to the tape, he hits that, he kind of leans into the tape. Well, that's what you're doing here, essentially. You're leaning into the tape, which in this case, leaning into the quarterback, and then you're just hitting that RB button, and you're going to get that animation right there where he strips the quarterback. Now, if he doesn't strip him like this, a lot of times he'll just knock the ball completely right out of the quarterback's hand, especially if the quarterback's getting ready to throw it. You'll see because I can't control the quarterback while I'm doing this, but if he was getting ready to throw it, you'll actually get it where he actually throws the ball and it actually ends up, or trying to throw the ball while he's got it in place where he actually looks like he's about to throw it. He'll end up fumbling it that way. And right there, here, we just stripped him right there. Now we just got ourselves a turnover. So this is pretty nice, in my opinion, as far as causing havoc on the offensive side of the ball, because you can do this and get to the quarterback pretty consistently still, and you can get that animation right there. I just did it again, same thing, and that's hitting that RB button. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get it every single time with him, but you definitely can make it work where you can get, pressure on the quarterback with someone like Garrett who can strip that ball, and that's a turnover. I mean, that's nice to have in the game. So, at any rate, that's what I wanted to show you guys in this video breakdown. I'm not going to make it too long, more of a short and sweet video breakdown, but it certainly want you guys to know that the manual pass rush still works in this game. It has not changed outside of maybe the turbo doesn't work or is not as effective, obviously, because you can't really, I don't think you're getting that speed burst. But, and plus the fact that it makes you go kind of at a straight line, which stinks, but it's not in there. But I guess I can understand why they pulled it out. My thought is that on the offensive side of the ball, they used to have well, I guess they kind of have a speed burst when you're holding down that right trigger. I guess we do on the defensive side of the ball, so it really doesn't matter. It's out of the game as far as getting that little extra speed burst, but you can still get this to work, and it doesn't really make that much of a difference in my opinion. So at any rate, guys, hope this is a video breakdown to help you guys out a little bit. If you guys are curious if it still works, because it does, and it certainly doesn't take away the ability to get to the quarterback.